This is a Headgum podcast.
Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show where I'm perfect and I'm going to teach you how. I'm wearing Birkenstocks today because my ankles were just a little hot. So that's sort of one example of what I'm doing footwear-wise. You're also doing... Did you break your foot?
Broke a toe. Which sucks, even worse.
I'm here with Reilly Anspaugh, who broke a toe doing what?
Doing walking.
Doing walking.
Yeah. What's more embarrassing is I finished a workout in my apartment.
Yep.
I was feeling so good. The endorphins kicked in, and
Peloton
I'm like,
or?
Floor Pilates.
Peloton or floor?
Peloton or floor. It's
Yeah.
either one of the two. And I'm like, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling so good. My boyfriend and I just moved, and I'm like, I'm feeling like so inspired to like get the place together and stay active. And then I walked into the coffee table, and I could hear it pop, and I'm like, Kenny!
That is so tough.
So people have mistaken this. This has happened 3 times where I've been out and about. Someone comes up to me and it's like, I love like the mismatched shoes. And this I went to the movies the other day and I was outside the theater and like some woman comes up to me. She's like, I love your mismatched shoes. And I kind of look at her, I'm like, oh, and she looks down and she goes, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. And I'm like, no. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And she's like, I wasn't making fun of you. She was crying. She was mortified. And I'm like, it really could not be less of a deal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's so fine.
But if it was like a chronic foot condition that you had, then that's bad.
Then I'd be like, hey, come on, man.
I love your mismatched shoes.
And I'm just like, that's happened so like way more times than I thought it would.
Someone on crutches, you're like, I love your like walking.
I love your
sticks.
accessories.
Yeah, it's so fashion forward.
And they're like, you asshole.
Well, Reilly, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. You're obviously an incredibly funny sketch comedian, podcaster. Do you have a third? Singer.
But
your singing's not funny necessarily. It's quite serious.
It's so serious. It's not even fun. It's less about funny. It's not even fun. I will say, if you want to go to Miles' Patreon, he was convinced that based on, I guess, the everything about me, that I was part of the Disney college program.
Absolutely.
Which I wasn't. And then he's like, oh, well, but you thought about doing it. And I'm like, worse. That's so much worse. And he's like, so you weren't part of it at all.
Well, here's my other question. Okay, so obviously you weren't part of it and you didn't think about it, but were you approached? Because I was.
What? You were scouted?
I wasn't scouted because it was so good. They were like, this guy's an idiot and he's gonna do this.
Wait, did Mr. Disney like reach out to you? Like, how did that happen?
It was Walt.
Oh my God.
Himself.
He came out of the cryogenic chamber.
He came out. No, it was like some girl at my college was like sitting in a booth and she was like, hey, you sort of theme, like you really like theater and do you love Disney stuff?
Feels like an MLM.
Yeah, no, I mean,
big MLM
absolutely
vibes.
is, by the way. Yeah.
Hey, bestie. Hey, girl boss.
Hey, girl boss.
You look like you're a thespian.
You should totally like work the Incredicoaster for free for a whole summer. But that's kind of, I did know a couple of kids who did it and they were like, dark stuff happens there.
Wow. So how did you turn them down?
I just said, hey, I'm like way too busy doing improv to care about this. Like
the coolest answer you could give. Sorry, I can't do the Disney program because I'm busy doing improv.
Sorry, I have some really cool stuff to do. Yeah, my short form is off the charts. But no, I didn't do the Disney college program. But you are a thespian.
I am.
And that's one of the reasons I wanted you on the show.
Oh my God.
But
I knew my BFA would pay off somehow, and it's today.
But I actually had a couple focus questions that was going to calibrate our advice. This is a new segment.
Love it.
Focus questions with Reilly and me. Okay, so
that's the title. Every guest, focus questions with Reilly and me.
Yeah,
like,
and really, who's
Reilly?
me? And why are you saying me?
Who's me and who's Reilly?
So the first one is I'm going to present to you a situation that I encountered and how I solved it flawlessly.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get your answer. And then I'm going to deliver the how it should be done.
Okay.
Okay?
Great.
So this is a learning moment for you, for me, for the audience. We're all sort of one big community.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is, it's 8 p.m.
Oh my God.
You have
Tell
a
me about
dinner. You have an
Don't
answer already.
I know it?
It's 8 p.m. and you're on your way into a ramen restaurant.
When am I not?
But you smell, nope, you spill. You don't smell. You don't smell.
Mm-mm.
You spill a big smoothie in your car.
As I'm going into the ramen.
As you're going into the restaurant, you're like, my reservation's in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And my smoothie is now
I got
almost
something to tide me over.
Yeah, you had a smoothie to tide you over. And then again, I want to reiterate, this is something that happened to me. So you have a smoothie in your car, it spills, and by the way, not just on the floor.
You know, it's like, you don't have to tell people about this. It's like, there are some things that it's like, oh, maybe it doesn't need to be content. It's like, maybe some things that like can just be your little secret.
ABC always be content. Is sort of how I'm living my life recently. But
You've got to find a therapist, Miles. You have to find somebody, even if they're bad.
Even if they're bad, they'll be better than what you're up to.
Even if they're bad, they'll be better than always be content.
So you spill it on the seat.
Right.
You spill it on the floor.
Yes.
What WDW Reilly do?
What color is the smoothie?
Green.
Let's change it.
And I know what you're thinking. Spinach, mango, banana,
Thank you.
pineapple,
Kale?
milk.
Milk. What kind of milk?
Oh. What do you mean, what kind of milk?
Oh.
There's only one kind of milk in my business, and the other one's almond beverage. It's not a milk.
Beverage or whole, baby.
It's whole.
Okay. Green smoothie all over. Are you wearing like brightly colored clothing, or is it like dark where you can, it's like, it just kind of looks
Who
wet.
gives a
but
shit?
not.
Let's like
Great.
get to the point.
I'm going to take my time.
No, I think I was wearing a regular shirt.
Okay. I'm obsessed with regular shirts. Okay. I would, first of all, I would, well, I don't know if this is what you do, but what I do, I always have a big old stack of like takeout napkins in my glove compartment, just in case.
Yeah.
So I would check to see if I have any in there.
No.
There's none in there.
There's none in there.
There's none in there. Then I am, I am going into the ramen restaurant.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if they have any napkins in the bathroom or like anything that they can use.
And what I feel like, by the way, it seems like we're doing a choose your own adventure at this point, because I'm give you go in and before you
I'm
even
playing D&D.
Yeah, literally.
You walk into the ramen restaurant.
Roll a crit check. Is there smoothie? No. So, okay. Immediately from the thing, you can tell that you can do all the wiping that you want. But
and you've always said that. And you've always said that.
But it's in the seat. It's in the fabric of the seat. And it's milk. And you're thinking, come morning?
Gonna stink.
Yeah.
That is gonna be rank.
Yeah.
I'm going to dinner. I'm gonna leave the seat till the morning.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take it and get it deep clean. I'm going to the car wash.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Or if I'm not doing that, I'm gonna see if I can get like, because I foster dogs sometimes, and there was one dog who we had who was, not to brag, but incontinent because he was like 14.
Whoa.
And he peed all over the trunk of my car, and it's carpeted. And I didn't even realize that he did it because he was in the trunk. And then like a day later, I'm like, my car smells disgusting. What happened? And I'm like checking everywhere. I'm like, I didn't leave anything in here. And then I'm like, oh, it must have been him. And so I looked up like how to get it out naturally. So it was like a vinegar mix. So I'm going to try that first. And if that doesn't do it, then I'm going to the car wash.
Yeah. So here's what I did.
Uh-huh.
I left it.
Yeah.
Went to the ramen restaurant. Enjoyed my ramen. Did the whole damn deal.
Yep.
Next day, I wake up.
Huh?
And I'm thinking, I probably should be cleaning that. Busy day. Just the day couldn't be more busy. And and we have a Bissell. Do you have a Bissell?
What?
A Bissell is a water vacuum.
Can't just say
It's
shit.
like a Bissell is a device that's going to get a fabric nice. It's going to suck the sauce or the smoothie out of the fabric using the hose.
Yeah.
Because normal vacuum don't do that.
No.
Because it's bad.
Yeah.
And so what I did was...
You heard it here first, Miles thinks vacuums are bad.
That's right.
But let's keep going.
And so I took my Bissell and I put it by the door. That's day one. Day two comes around. Let's get that Bissell in the car. Pop that puppy in the car. At this point, the car stinks.
Did you need to drive your car between day one and day two?
Well, my wife had the car So I didn't.
But she did.
But she did.
So she's driving in whole milk smoothie car.
She's saying it stinks.
Of course.
But also, my wife is 7 months pregnant. So it's sort of like, I'm not going to be, like, if my wife doesn't get to the bistling of the car, that's fine.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to be cleaning the car. She's way pregnant.
You're gaslighting her. She's like, it stinks. And you're like, you think everything stinks. It's called hormones, honey.
That's hormones, honey.
That's the baby talking.
Yeah.
And she's like, you spilled a smoothie in your car. You spilled milk. And you're like, yeah,
milk.
okay.
Yeah. And so we did clean it up 5 days after. And then here's what happened. And I just want to be clear about this, because being a perfect person means sharing your mistakes and learning from them. Mm-hmm. I put vinegar in the Bissell because I thought, that'll clean it.
Neutralizing agent.
Neutralizing agent. And guess what my car smells like?
Vinegar.
Vinegar.
Of course. Smells like a science experiment.
Smells, I was trying to do a baking soda vinegar experiment. So we're calibrated up now. I sort of get where you're at, and you kind of get where I'm at.
I know everything I need to know.
You know everything you need to know about me and about the situation.
Yes.
So it's time because the phones are ringing off the hook.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
we need to pick them up.
We get a lot of calls. People call in.
What are we doing talking about Bissells? We need to answer calls.
Bissell is not a sponsor, so don't say the brand name. So
don't give them the airtime.
Don't give them the airtime. Although if Ember Mug wants to sponsor me, I'm using that shit daily. I love my Ember Mug. The other sponsorship I want is Chesapeake Bay, the collection. Because I know what you're thinking. Chesapeake Bay candles are stinky and pink. Chesapeake Bay, Reilly.
Don't yell at me. Don't be mad. I didn't do anything. You can't be mad.
They smell lovely. Let's get to the calls.
Got it.
So we've changed it up a little bit, the format. Normally we take live calls. And this week I thought, let's have people call in, leave a little message, and then I'll screen them a little bit, and then we'll call them back. So we're going to be able to listen to their message. So then I want to get how you're going to attack their problem. And then we're going to be calling
You
them
want to
back.
screen me. You want to make sure that you're like,
you're ready.
I want to make sure that you're not just going to go in on them.
You could. You could be like, yo, motherfucker, get out of it. You know, who knows at this point. So, so we got a couple here. And this one is the most salacious. So we're going to start with it.
Okay.
Hi, Miles. My name is Kate. And so my minor inconvenience is I slept with my friend's brother this past weekend. And my friend is mad at her brother for sleeping with one of her friends, but like the friend hasn't said anything to me yet. So I don't know if I should confront her about it, or if I should just pretend like nothing happened and just keep going and hope our friendship is fine. So yeah, that's my problem. Have a good day. Bye.
Thoughts?
The friend's in love with her brother. The friend's in love with her brother.
Wow. That's brave of you to say in this House of a Dragon style world that we're living in.
The friend's in love with her brother.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter, Kate, if it's you who slept with the brother. It'd be anyone, and your friend would be mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like whenever a sibling is concerned with the goings on, I guess it's like, I don't know. I had an older brother, not really relevant to this, because I feel like sometimes sibling relationships, when there's a brother and a sister, are different than a brother and a brother. But do you have any siblings?
I have 2 stepbrothers and a half sister.
Gotcha.
So I'm my mother's little perfect angel. And then I'm my mommy's little pride and joy only baby.
Yeah.
And then I big Brady bunch going on.
Big Brady bunch going on. And would you have any care in the world if any one of those people were to sleep with one of your friends?
So I've had that happen. And I love that sound effect also applies to Disney college programs.
Of course.
And what was tricky is that it was listen, if y'all are watching this, turn it off. What was tricky was that it was I was the last to know.
Oh.
My entire family knew.
What?
Everyone knew.
Yeah.
And then told me last. My mom told me.
Why is your mom telling you?
Because she was and she didn't even mean, it wasn't even hey, this is happening. She brought it up in passing. And I'm like, what? And she's like, oh, I thought you knew. And I'm like, no. And so it was I couldn't have cared less about it happening.
Yeah.
What was weird is that I'm I was the last to know.
That's crazy.
And that felt really fucked up.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, were they dating or did they just hook up?
They were dating. It started hooking up and then they started dating.
Oh,
so it was it was me learning that they started dating. Oh yeah, no. Everything about it was bad.
Riley.
It was all bad.
That's all bad, yeah.
But
Was this a really
because
close
I'm
friend of
not
yours?
in love with my brother,
That's right.
I didn't really care. She was one of my best friends.
Still? No. That ended it?
It caused a rift. It was like because it was just like a big distance because I'm like, why was I the last to know from anybody?
Yeah.
And it just felt so disrespectful.
Yeah. So
And-
we're gonna call her back and you're gonna ream her out
Great.
because what she's done is
We're gonna call my friend.
no, not yet. We're gonna call your friend. No, we gotta give here. This is Kate, and we're gonna get her on the line because we need a couple more details.
Hello.
Kate,
Hi.
how's it going, Kate? Thank you so much for calling Perfect Person. We listened to your message and we have thoughts.
Oh, you do? I would love to hear them. I also have many thoughts.
Okay, so first of all, we need a little bit of background before we get into our.
Okay.
And I'm here with Reilly Anspaugh,
Hello, Kate.
freelance sidekick of the
Oh
day.
my gosh, hello.
Now, Kate, so you hooked up with your best friend's brother.
So a close friend, not that
close
he's actually
friend.
was an old coworker of my best friend.
An old
Oh.
coworker of your best friend. Got it. So a close friend, but there's a distance there.
Mhm.
And so this is someone you see around a lot.
Yeah, we all went to like a Halloween party this past weekend. So it was my best friend, this friend, and then her brother and a bunch of people.
Got it. And how old are you all?
We're like in our early 20s. We all rank like 22, 24-ish.
Yeah. I got to say, you didn't do anything wrong.
No.
You're fine.
Okay.
You did the right thing.
It feels awkward.
No, it's going to be awkward, but that's because.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah. And Riley.
But you did the right thing.
That's because why? Why is it going to be awkward?
It's because your friend is in love with her brother.
Wait. Okay.
And we know that might be hard to hear.
No, it's
Kate,
going to be
but
tough.
we
We
can be
know
tough.
it's going to be
It's
tough.
not
We've
easy.
all been there.
Actually, they have bigger issues than me.
Clearly. Because what are the issues that they have together?
I mean, they're close, just fight a lot, and so she was mad at her brother because she found out that we hooked up. But like, I don't know if she's gonna be mad at me too.
Yeah, that's a sibling closeness that is something different. That I think that it's just like, look, I think there's also like, especially when siblings are similar ages, there's a weird thing that happens where like they're in the same friend group, but they are treating each other as siblings, but then you're also like in a friend group.
Yeah.
So their closeness
Right.
gets in the way of just like common courtesy, like stuff that might not be annoying if it was your friend doing it is annoying because it's your sibling doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it's annoying because you want to kiss him.
yeah, and it's annoying because you want to kiss your brother on the
Yes.
lips. Is all.
Yes.
But-
Oh, for sure.
And what
me
were
personally
you?
can't relate.
What were you wearing at the Halloween party, and what was he wearing at the Halloween party?
So I was Raven because I have purple hair.
Amazing.
So I was Raven from Teen Titans.
Awesome.
And he was just like, he wore like 80s clothes. He was like an 80s teenager.
Of
Kinda
course.
lame.
Right. Well,
Well, yeah. And so, yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong here. And you're worried about, is she going to be mad at you?
Well, yeah, should I talk to her or should I just like pretend it never happened?
No, because I think the weird thing to do would be to encounter her and be like, hey, like,
Right?
you like, because then it turns it into a thing.
yeah, because it shouldn't be a weird thing, especially if it's like if you're close friends, but it's not like best friends. I think then it would maybe be a conversation, but because it's like a little bit removed, it would feel like making it a bigger thing than
Yeah.
it is. Of like hooked up with your brother. It's like, especially if she's not mad at you, that might make her mad at you.
Yeah.
To be like, why is it a big deal to you?
Right.
Not mad, but I think it would just be like weird.
It's also just like everyone's adults here. Everything is fine. People can hook up with who they want to. Even if that might like create a weird rift between her and her brother. Like, why? I cannot fathom why she would care if her brother hooked up with you.
Unless
She
she's
is
in love with him.
Love. Rhaenyra style.
Yes.
But Kate, this is an open and shut. You didn't do anything wrong. And also, like, tell us about you and her brother. Like, how'd it go?
I mean, it was pretty good, but I didn't say it.
Yeah.
That's
Hell yeah, Kate.
Are you planning on hanging out again?
Well, okay, so he lives in New York and we're all in Florida. He's in town for the week
Oh.
and I want to see him again, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I should.
I think you should.
Go for it. That's like a perfect little like Halloween romance, famously.
Halloween's a famous romantic time.
No, for sure.
No, I think that you should definitely see him again. I feel like
Yeah.
there's no real downside other than like Your friend and her brother can have a weird relationship, but you are like so far removed from that
Yeah.
that you're just like, I'm enjoying myself and I met somebody that I like. And there's something that's totally harmless about that.
Hell yeah. All right. Appreciate it.
No problem, Kate. You have a fantastic day.
Thank you guys so much. Have a good one.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Another happy customer.
I mean, I love the turn of like two strangers being like, you didn't do anything wrong. And like her feeling great about it. She's like, oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Mostly people are calling in because they just want to feel better.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like what just validation of like, I don't know anything about the situation, being like, you're good. And
You're
she's
good.
like,
Also,
wow,
like,
well, there goes that 10 pounds off my conscience, huh?
oftentimes people are trapped in like groups of friends that are just way too up in each other's business. And like, so also a lot of girls call in to ask if they can break up with their toxic boyfriends. And that is like the number one call we get is that.
Yeah.
And also, what do I do after college is the other like most common thing.
Sure.
And the answers are you're going to figure it out and break up with your boyfriend.
Yeah. And do it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely break up.
Yeah.
But so you're not friends with the person that
We're friends. It's like, well, that was also when I think I was a freshman in college when that happened. And
tensions run hotter when you're younger.
Yeah. And so it was just odd because then my younger brother also we're 10 months apart. So it's like we shared a lot of the same friends. So that was exactly to your point, is that it was like we had very similar friend groups and it was just odd. But because they were all in LA, they went to college out in LA and then I was in Boston. It was like plus that separation that I'm like, so I'm just out of the loop entirely.
Yeah, that's tough. No, that's really tough.
But it's like they are no longer they stopped dating me like a year in and it was fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine now.
Here we go. We got another call here.
Hi, Miles. I have a problem with maybe not loving my niece enough. It's my niece-in-law, and I don't really like kids that much, but every time we're together, everyone's obsessed with her. And I can only take it for so long, you know? And they really want me to be like the auntie that they need, but I don't know. How do I get around this without offending anyone or being a bitch? Okay, thanks. Bye.
That moment when you hate your niece.
How do I don't know, open my heart? Like, how do I make my Grinch heart grow 3 sizes today?
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Wow.
Do you have any nieces or nephews?
I have a nephew. I have a 6 and he'll be 7 in February.
Yeah.
And I love him more than anything, but he so prefers my boyfriend to me.
Really?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
like
that's tough.
If my boyfriend is if it's like when my nephew and I are just alone together
Right.
and the idea, like my boyfriend's not an option to be around. It's like we are best buds.
Mm-hmm.
If he can sniff the hint of a possibility of my boyfriend being around, he could not give less of a fuck about me. I don't know the feeling of not loving a niece or nephew because I would die for mine. But I guess I wonder if this person just I'm forgetting their name. What?
Didn't say.
Okay. Some people just don't like kids. Like some people just
Sure.
are not. Do you? Well, you're gonna have
I love
a
kids.
kid.
I love kids. I love babies.
You're
I mean,
obsessed with them so much that you're having one.
am I right? That's
you
embarrassing.
love them so much you're gonna get your own.
That's cringe.
That's cringe.
But I am.
That's millennial cringe.
That's millennial cringe. I do love kids. And I love babies too, but I am looking forward to obviously the baby, I'll love it more than anything ever. That's going to be super cute. But I am looking forward to when it is like a little guy that can kind of walk around.
Yeah.
Like
It's
that's
so wild when
Yeah.
it's suddenly it's like then they start talking. It's like whoa.
Yeah.
That's been in there the whole time and like now I'm seeing like we can have a conversation.
Yeah, like a personality.
Yes.
Like
it's
that's
so
exciting to me.
It's so crazy.
Right.
And so I wonder how old, because I guess what it seems like is like she was saying, or they were saying
She's
that
1
it's
month old.
like, everyone's obsessed.
Yeah, why
I
the
don't
fuck are they
see the
obsessed with
hype.
her? Yeah.
But I get it, especially if it's like, I wonder if it's like the first niece or like the first like new baby new
Yeah.
generation of that family.
Mhm.
Because there is like totally a certain expectation of it's like, oh my God, and we all love this
Yeah.
tiny creature.
That's right.
And this person's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Not for me. Not for me. So I do want more answers and I want to sort of get her perspective on the situation.
I also heard niece-in-law.
Yeah, niece-in-law could be interesting too.
Mhm.
So it's like a little bit removed.
Hello?
Hello, you called Perfect Person and we're here to call you back.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how's it going? Are you around your niece right now or can you talk?
Imagine. No, I'm not. And she's too young to understand anything, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so we have a couple qualifying. I'm here with Reilly Anspaugh.
Hello.
We have a couple qualifying questions here. First of all, how young is your niece?
She just turned 1.
Okay, so that's okay. So
she's a baby.
She's an actual baby. So she's a literal infant.
So she's a literal infant. And I want you to because I want to hear your perspective. You know, when it comes on paper, it's tough, but I want to hear it from you, from the horse's mouth. Tell me about your conundrum.
I just think, everyone's like obsessed with her. I think me saying this out loud is making me feel like a bad person, and I swear that I'm not.
Look, I want you to feel seen.
Yes, thank you. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I have a responsibility to care about this little human, but I married into this family.
Yeah.
Like, she's not related to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so fair.
And I barely care about children that I am related to. So, like, this person is not even related to me.
Do you feel like you don't like kids necessarily at all? Are you like not a kid person? Because that could explain a little bit why you're like, I'd rather be doing something else, like, I don't know, bowling, than hanging out with this 1-year-old.
To be honest, so my job is with kids.
This is a bad seed. Your niece is the devil's. I can't wait. So you love kids, you work with kids.
So it is about your niece. It is personal. What's the age range of the kids you work with?
Yeah, what are kids you work with?
Kind of all ages, like literally like birth to 18. I'm a child therapist.
Oh my goodness.
Are you like picking up on something with your niece that's like bad vibes?
No. I mean, she's the only grandchild, so I do feel like she's going to grow up with like a I'm amazing complex.
Got it.
But I'm not going to say anything because it's not my family to say.
Right. So you feel like because now here's a question. Do you have issues with your niece's parents?
Not outside of her.
And what is your issue with her? Because she's only 1, right? So she can't
do anything.
She can't do anything.
She's a garden slug.
She has not personally offended me in any way. I'm not slandering her name, I think the issue is just that, like, I'm expected to care so much. Everyone, it's like all people talk about.
Of course.
No, I get that part of it. Yeah. So you're feeling like, guys, let's talk about something else, when it's like all the attention's on this one little thing. And do you feel like you married into this family? Do you feel liked by the other members of this family?
Yeah, like I think we all get along. Like the niece's parents, like we get along. We used to hang out a lot. So it's nothing against them at all. I think it's just like, maybe it's just me, like going to work, being around kids like all the time, kids who have like problems, and then I come home and I'm like expected to like care so much about a kid that I'm like not related to, and also not being paid to see.
Of course. Then it's like your entire life revolves around taking care of kids, being invested in the kids. And it's like, sometimes you just don't want to talk about it a little while.
Oh, no. And that actually helps provide a lot of context, because you are dealing with a lot of sameness. And then you're like, it's like another kid that I'm being asked to care about. But like my job is having to care about all these other kids. I mean, my parents were both school teachers, and they never voiced that they disliked me, but they didn't have to. It was just clear. No, my parents are wonderful, but I do imagine that like they had to deal with young kids all day long, and then they had to come home and then deal with us as well. And that's probably a lot of kids. Like, you know what I mean? So I would say my solution to your problem is don't work around your kid, around this niece. You don't have to child therapize the niece, but you can craft the niece into someone that you do like, because nieces that are that young are putty.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything.
Right.
So you can teach her to be on your team. And
it's also tough, like at that age when it's like she's so young and so tiny that literally anything she'll do, people be like, oh, she blinked. Like, so it's like everything is the coolest thing ever.
Right.
Yes.
So I wonder if it's just
and she is really cute.
Of course,
she's very cute.
And you know what I'll say is Me and my wife are having a baby in December, and we're psyched about it. But I also am aware that like a lot of our friends are younger and do not have. So like one of the things I said to my friends too was like, hey, look, you guys are probably gonna have like if you guys have like a cabin weekend. Do not invite us because you think we're going to bring the baby.
Yeah.
You can tell us, hey, do you want to come? And we'll figure it out. But like, I'm not, because a lot of our friends, like I'm 29. I'm, definitely the first of my friends to have kids. And Sarah is older, but she is still, one of the first. So I think that like, I'm cognizant of the fact that like a lot of my friends are just not in the stage of life where they need to be like, that having that be their main focus.
Yeah.
And I think for you, you're just like, I deal with this all day. Like, I'd love to just sit down and hang out with everyone without us all, paying so much attention to the baby.
Yeah, like I'd like to have like adult conversations.
That's huge.
Baby talk all day, you know?
Oh, yeah. The baby talk thing is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's their own person. But I do think that sometimes like talking to the baby like a baby would be tough. I remember being at like 5 and being like, don't talk to me like I'm a baby.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I would say the solution to this problem is treat your niece like putty that you can craft into the person you do want to hang out with.
And find subtle yet interesting ways to change conversation topics.
Yeah.
Like if it
that's
just
huge.
continues to be talking about the baby, just like find different ways to be like, that's so cool. But so what's your favorite show right now? Like, something that's not that bad, but like, just if you can, because I also think like, I don't know, I'd be shocked if other people in your family weren't also having similar thoughts of like, do we need to talk about the baby all the time?
Yeah. Like, let's talk about bones or something. Well, thank you so much for calling. You have a fantastic day.
Thanks for calling back and congrats about the baby. I'm sure I'll love your baby.
Oh, that's my hope. That's my hope. All right. Bye-bye. Wow. That is so funny.
That took so many turns.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love what you were saying. You were like, oh, I get it. You must just not like kids. And she's like, my entire career is working with children. But like, for sure.
But I can see the good from the bad eggs in the kids.
Oh my God.
That's tough.
That's remarkable.
I feel her problem because she's probably just like, I want to. I've felt that before. Like being around, when you're around babies a lot and stuff, it's like a lot of the same type of thing. All right, here, let's get into it.
That's really good.
Thank you so much.
You really needed that today.
Miles, my bathroom ceiling started leaking last night, and I need you to solve it for me.
All right.
Got it.
We're going to get right into it. Let's give him a call.
And you need to come over and fix it.
So we're going to call him. We're going to see if we can fix this with advice. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not an HVAC technician.
That was my first thought.
Hello.
Now, I heard your bathroom has a leak in it that needs fixing.
Shut up. Yes, it does.
And I'm here with Reilly Anspaugh, HVAC certified technician and plumber. And we have a couple,
oh my God.
We have a couple questions. Walk us through the situation that's going on, and we're going to see if we can solve it remotely.
Okay, please. So let's start from the beginning. I live in Vancouver, Canada.
Got it.
So hey, from up north. It usually rains a lot here. We're pretty rainy, like Seattle for you guys if you're unaware.
Yeah.
It hasn't rained. It suddenly rained last night. Halloween weekend, it rained. It was unfortunate for us that we're out Halloween weekend, but
that's great.
I know, it rained. So, first rain of the season, I wake up this morning and guess what I find in my bathroom?
What's that?
Multiple puddles. Let me tell you, more than one. There's multiple puddles.
Okay, so you have so it rained and you're feeling like, well, there's puddles everywhere. What's that about? Now, my first question.
Okay. Well, I guess you did just simplify it.
Now, here's my question, and this is going to be really big. So, is the roof right above you? You're in a townhouse. Is the roof right above your bathroom?
Yeah. So, yes, it is. And right next to my bedroom, thankfully, I'm lucky it connects to the bathroom. But usually it's a good thing. But now it's pretty unfortunate because it seems as though the water's slowly making its way into my bedroom.
Got it.
So, Reilly, what's your sort of take on this?
I guess my first question, and like this is just the first thing that popped into my head upon listening to your voicemail.
Yeah.
I'm curious why Miles was your first call.
Okay, so
You mean you gotta understand the question, right? It feels like a fair question.
No, these are great.
And now let me take that, Reilly, because
Yeah.
people know that I know shit that's good to have. And so they call me to get the goods.
There's multiple puddles in your house when it should be outside.
The water
First rain of the season, you open the door, there's water where it shouldn't be, and you think, I gotta call Miles.
Yeah,
I gotta
you think
call Miles.
this is the. And by the way, is there still water on the floor?
Well, now it's there's more so water in multiple buckets, but there's water. Don't get me wrong.
And do you have a plumber on the way?
So there is a plumber. I was told he'd come sometime between 3 and 6, but as with what the hell?
And he didn't come.
He has not. Well, it's only 2.
Oh, so he's.
Are we not in the same time zone?
Oh yeah, what time is it? It is 2.
Got
we
it.
are in the same because Vancouver's. I always forget it's
I
right
do
up
too.
there.
Yeah.
You think
No,
it's
no,
over
it's fine, it's fine.
to the right,
not.
but it's right up there. So, my solution for this is a good opportunity for you to clean your bathroom and to take a look at your life. Because so what they did with my house recently, this is sort of an adjacent problem that's similar. The ceilings had to come down because they said we have cracks in the ceilings that are so fucking bad. A baby's about to move into the home out of my wife's uterus. And so,
yeah, congratulations on everything.
Thank you so
I
much.
add.
So
holy, now that
so
I
much.
gotcha.
Thank you so much. But so we were like, well, we obviously can't have cracked ceilings. The ceilings are gonna fucking fall. So they replaced 2 of the ceilings. We couldn't be in there at all. But now it's incredible in there because they were like, well, we're doing this. Well, we might as well move everything out, and we're moving everything in. So use this as an opportunity to re-examine your bathroom organization.
Love that. That's great advice.
You know what I mean?
I love this too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So your bathroom is never going to be cleaner than it is after the plumber comes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, maybe the plumber's going to be cool and impressed by how good your bathroom looks.
True. Maybe I'll make a lifelong
I
friend
was
out
to
of
say,
it.
maybe make a new friend.
Maybe make a new friend.
That would be absolutely insane.
That's only if your bathroom's pristine.
Only if it's pristine.
If the plumber can tell that it's not it's clean, but it's you could have done more.
Yeah,
You
Reilly.
coulda done more.
If a plumber came into your bathroom, not even a plumber.
Yeah.
If someone really cool, who's someone you admire?
Someone really cool.
Yeah, like an actor or a writer, just the first person you thought of somebody and then you skipped it.
I don't know why I almost said my property manager.
Is that someone that's really cool?
No, because I would be so nervous if he came into my bathroom to be like, "Is it okay, man? What do you think?
What do you think about shit?
Be honest.
Give it to me straight.
I did
man.
just clean I did a deep clean yesterday.
Whoa.
And so there really is no better feeling than it's I feel like once you get started on, it's at first, yesterday I was like, oh man, I know that I've set aside today to fully deep clean my place, but then once you're into it, nothing can stop you.
I love
nothing can
once
stop
I'm
you.
there. Well, the hump is the hardest part.
Yes,
getting over the.
And you've
hump.
always said that.
And I've always said that. I always said that about trying to get my wife pregnant. I've always said that about just all sorts of things like that.
Yes,
but the hardest part is the inertia of going from I'm not cleaning anything to cleaning everything. And once you get there and I'm in my happy zone,
it's nirvana.
I'm playing jazz.
Yes.
I'm dancing around.
Yes.
I'm cleaning things. And I love that feeling.
And then when it's done, you're just it is a tricky, it's a siren's call of it's going to be like this. I'm going to keep it this clean forever.
I think that every time I clean my kitchen, every day it becomes just as dirty. I'm like, I made one meal and that's a pan and a half, a bowl, plates. Somehow it's the same level of disgusting from before I cleaned it.
So you're going to clean your bathroom. The plumber's going to be impressed. The plumber's going to fix your ceiling.
Yes.
Ask you out for dinner.
Ask you out for dinner. Say, hey, what if we get a couple burritos?
Okay. So, I'll report back.
Awesome.
If this goes anywhere with the plumber, I promise you I will report back.
Send pics.
Send pics of the plumber. Thank you so much for calling in. You have a fantastic night. I hope that the plumber fixes your problem. Otherwise, you're going to be waking up wet.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye. Another happy customer.
I don't know. That was really good.
Sometimes when people call in about this stuff, I want to do a technical support episode where people call in with their computer problems. Because I'm actually pretty good at that.
That'd be really good entertainment, especially for an audio-based medium of just walking you through fixing your Mac.
Open Finder? Okay, now go to utilities.
Jeff did that. We were finishing. So my computer sucks and I definitely need to get a new one, but I won't.
Yeah.
And because they're so expensive. And so I just like, it has so much shit on it. And every time I delete as many files as I can, and then we go to record our podcast and I open GarageBand, and 9 times out of 10 I'll be like, doesn't have enough space to record. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And so the last time we did it, I'm just like, Jeff, I don't know how many more files I can delete. And he's like, well, did you see on Finder like what's taking up what space? I'm like, no. And so then over Zoom, he's walking me through. He's like, big Finder, open.
Click open.
Open that, then go to like hard drive.
Yeah.
Riley's hard drive.
Right, yeah, Riley's
Like
hard
that
drive.
one. Like
That
it
one.
was so, it
That's
took up
tough.
so much time.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
It
really
was
a lot.
awful.
Yeah. Get our external hard drive is my advice for that.
I have one.
And how?
I tried doing the backup and it was like, there's too much. And I'm like, I bought the biggest one. What do you mean there's too much? I don't even know what I even have.
This is a classic computer problem. This is a classic computer problem.
Trust me, I've seen a million of these.
I've seen a million of these. I'm actually pretty good with computers, not to brag.
I believe it.
And that's it. Okay, so I didn't have a second part of that sentence. All right, we're gonna do one more call here.
Gorge.
Absolutely gorge.
Gorge.
And we got someone calling here about a problem they're having, and they got a voice.
Hello. I would like some support and advice
Excellent.
about having really bad postnasal drip. It's so bad that I ended up projectile vomiting on a morning coffee date after drinking a whole coffee. So I would like some maybe tips and tricks, if you have any, to just help that not happen again, if possible.
Okay, so Riley's horrified. Now,
That was harrowing.
that's really hard to hear. And I don't think I've ever vomited in front of someone.
I don't think so either.
Like it's a
Wait,
private
that's not
act.
true. I have.
Maybe in front of like my wife. But
That
other than
is
that-
so. See, when I think postnasal drip,
Yeah.
maybe I just don't know what that is because I'm thinking the sniffles.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I must be. Then I have no idea what postnasal drip is. If it incites projectile exorcist
I
vomit.
think that because it tickles like your gag reflex or something.
Oh, that
But
makes sense.
I don't. It sounds like they've got something they need to fucking figure out. Projectile vomiting is so scary. By the way, vomiting in general is so scary to me.
I hate it.
It's horrifying.
I love it. I'm
love
obsessed.
I'm actually a fan. Well, no, some people I feel like they're just like, oh yeah, blah, and then I'm done.
Yes, one of my best friends. She's like, if we're going out, and she's like, you know what? I'm not feeling great. I'm just gonna throw up real quick and then rally.
No.
And she'll just go pull the trigger and be like, all right, good to go. And I'm just like, that is a nightmare. And for her, she's like, I don't like throwing up, but she's like, it's not like, oh, what a worst feeling. I'm like, for me, there's no worse feeling. It's terrible.
Oh, it's like my whole body shakes and I can't breathe and I'm like crying.
Sweating, crying.
Horrible.
It's horrible. And she can just go be like, oh, done. Yeah. Like, and then she's like, oh, I feel so much better. And I'm like, the envy that I have that it's like so not a big deal. This caller sounds like there is 1% of life left in their body.
Yeah, they're tired and they're scared. They're scared and they're sick.
Scared and they're
we got to
sad.
check on them.
Oh my God.
And we got to just see like what a postnasal drip even really is, because I don't know.
Hello?
Alana, I heard that you're projectile vomiting.
Oh, hello.
What a way to start a call.
What a way to
Oh
start
my
a
God.
call. Alana, you called perfect person because you needed help, and we are calling you back to help you. I'm here with Reilly Anspaugh.
Hello, Alana.
Hi.
I'm so sorry
How
for
are
the
you?
for your
Oh my
loss of
God.
all your fluids.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the loss of all your fluids. You have a postnasal drip, and it's caused projectile vomiting. Now,
Yeah.
first of all, we weren't quite sure what a postnasal drip was, and I would love some clarity on that.
Well, it's just like in the morning, basically, where you just like feel like you have, I don't know, nasal stuff in like the back of your throat,
Got it. So you sort of have like, and is it seasonal? Is it allergies?
Yeah, I feel like it's seasonal when, like, I'm in New England, so it's like starts getting colder, and then this starts happening. It's like the mornings mostly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, I went on a date, and I was like, okay, it's going to be in the morning. Maybe I'll try to figure out if it won't bother me as much. And I drank a whole chai tea, and then,
Right. Can
So
you give us a play-by-play?
Yeah, when you
Okay.
said, we want a little more detail because you had the chai tea and you're feeling fine. You're feeling good. Was it a hot chai tea or a cold chai tea?
It was a hot, but it was like really big.
Old milk.
It was like a big almond milk.
Almond.
Almond.
And so were you're on the date, you're sitting inside, outside?
We were inside,
Got it.
and then we were getting to the end of our kind of coffee date,
Oh, man.
and we were leaving, and we were walking away, and then that's when I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm like choking because I have like nasal, I don't know what's going on in my throat. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to like throw up right now. So I kind of ran away.
You ran away.
Oh.
And now, did this person that was on the date with you chase after you? Was that the end of the date?
It was the end of the date and we like parted ways. So I like kind of started running and then projectiled in the street.
Oh,
and then
my
I like
God.
kind of ran away and like hid behind a car.
I'm so sorry. Oh, that is
That's
so horrible.
sad.
That is really horrible. I'm so sorry. Oh my
Makes me
God.
want to cry.
Yeah, that's like, have you seen this person again? This person you were on the date with?
Well, I did talk to him and I was kind of like, funny story. This is what happened
How'd he
shortly after
react?
because I wanted to know if he saw me. He was kind of like I think he felt bad. Like,
Yeah.
And did he see it
he
happen?
didn't see it.
He did not.
No.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, cool. That's good.
That's good. In my mind, the throw up happened like projectile onto his chest.
Onto him, yeah.
Yeah.
And propelled him away.
Oh, yeah.
The force of the
Yeah.
blast.
This is still harrowing, but much better than I had
Yeah.
thought it was.
No, I agree. And so it seems like the date portion, you were like, this was a near miss. Like, this was the warning sign that you're trying to avoid. What if this happened while you're sitting at the seat? I'm projectile vomiting on my date. How do I avoid my postnasal drip?
Yeah.
Creating a vomit in place. Now, I have a couple solutions because I have allergies. And thanks, Reilly. And
I didn't say anything.
yeah, and so I have come to find that Claritin is helpful, but that good.
Huh?
This is the emergency good. Is that sweet Afrin, baby.
Need to get out more, man. You gotta get out more.
Afrin?
Oh, yeah. Have you? Afrin is like a fucking nuclear bomb inside your sinus. Like literally, by the way, it's really it's over the counter. Totally over the counter. You can get it in the store, but I'm not a doctor.
no.
By the way, I know that I joke sometimes on the show. I meant to joke and I saw some comments. I have said, I have a joke where I'm like, I'm not a therapist because I'm better than a therapist. Because I know shit about all types of shit. And by the way, some people were like, you really shouldn't say it. It's like, yeah, I'm kidding. I'm not
Obviously.
a doctor. But Afrin,
I'm not a doctor, but this highly addictive over-the-counter nuclear bomb of a pill is going to change your fucking life, let me tell you.
and we are sponsored today by Afrin. No, Afrin is
Big
like,
Afrin.
yeah, Afrin is, it's an antihistamine, I think.
Don't ask me.
I shouldn't be.
I've never heard of it. You came in so hot, being like, let me tell you about Afrin. I think it is this thing.
This isn't medical advice, but you're only supposed to take it like 3 days in a row because it becomes physically addictive. But you can just buy it off the store.
You don't need to
It's like a Tylenol. So Afrin, though, if you're feeling any sort of thing, it's gonna allow you to
Oh my
breathe
It's gonna
really
boost
deep.
it out.
It's gonna, but don't check with your doctor
Yeah.
before taking it. But it's not like you can just get it in the store, Reilly.
I'm going to stop you right there, Miles. I think my advice is maybe get a smaller chai. Maybe work your way up. Instead of getting the large chai, get 2 small chai. If you get 1 small chai and you're like, you know what I could do for some more chai.
Yeah.
Then get a second. See
Yeah.
how you're feeling. See how
think it
your
was the
gag
ch-
reflex is doing.
You think it was
after
the
first
chai?
one. I think it was the amount of almond beverage that was ingested that would potentially trigger some
And I
sort
appreciate
of
you saying
vomit.
almond beverage. Well, here's what I have to say about
Yeah, there
that.
were multiple things happening.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on
There's
in
a
that
lot
body
going
of
on.
yours.
I do also think that a neti pot is going to be something you're going to want to use because that's going to get the drip out. That's going to clear out the sinus. That's going to be a salty little snack for your sinus.
Don't snack on it.
Do you neti pot, Reilly?
Nothing scares me more than the idea of using a neti pot.
Let me paint you a picture here. Imagine drowning
Right.
in the comfort of your house.
Imagine Imagine waterboarding yourself in your bathroom.
Imagine every hole in your face filled with water.
Like that, it just sounds so disorienting.
It is.
Right.
It certainly is. But then it sort of just feels like, I don't know, cleansing in a way. It's sort of like a tongue scraper. It's not necessary, but you could do it. So my advice.
Right. There it is.
Yeah. Also, Flonase, but I think you have to get that from a doctor.
Oh, I have tried the Flonase.
And how does it help?
Well, I guess I don't really notice anything.
Yeah. Well, if Flonase is a gun, Afrin is a fucking missile.
What's your problem, man?
It's the whole bomb.
But I look into Afrin. If just as someone with a big schnoz and sinus problems, I have used Afrin and it has helped me. And I just know that there are people out there that are, and listen to my breath. First of all, actually, Reilly is a singer. She's going to breathe in. It's going to be flawless. Reilly, breathe into the mic.
With my nose?
With your nose. Can't even hear it. Can't even hear it.
No.
You ready for this? Here
I
we
heard
go.
nothing.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
So that's where I'm at, and that's where you're at. Your breath was so, it was like, you couldn't even hear it. It almost made a note. But it's just not what it should be. And maybe I have a deviated septum. Maybe it's the aftershock of using Afrin in my teens. But all I have to say is Afrin is good. Also, you know what else is good? A Halls cough drop.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, put that in the back of your throat.
But maybe not the back of your throat, but put it maybe right above your lip, your upper lip.
That.
Yeah, that is good. But anything you can do to clear out a sinus, a sauna is also good. We're just pitching sort of general. But a sauna is also good. But my advice to you is to sort of like get yourself cleansed out, hot shower before the date. And if you're feeling like this, try a little over-the-counter medication because that's going to help you with the Yeah. So I'm sorry you projectile vomited.
I'm so sorry.
That really is a harrowing story, but I think that you're going to be able to figure this out. So that
was a lot.
Again.
You're on the other side stronger than before.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's true.
Thank you for calling in. You have a fantastic day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right,
You
bye-bye.
too.
You're pissed at me.
It's the likening of over-the-counter medications to arms dealing, I guess.
Yeah, that was
That's
tough.
really tough
I'll
to hear.
bleep gun.
to be looked at dead in the eyes. If Flonase is a gun, it's so not as
And I hate guns.
I thought I'd ever hear, not only today, but in my entire life. If Flonase is a gun, then Afrin's a fucking missile.
Yeah, that's right. I would put that on a fucking piece of merch.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow. Well, we're having fun here, but we have one final segment. This is a segment we like to call Get Real, where we sort of force a genuine moment in the hopes to learn more about ourselves and each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really needed it
Thank
today.
you. Yeah.
After all of the Miles is obsessed with guns.
How dare you?
Miles loves
How fucking dare you? I hate guns. And I think they should all be fucking melted down.
Can't get enough of this stuff.
I hope that they're melted down. Actually.
No, that's how I feel, but Miles is obsessed.
No, I certainly am not. Okay, so this is a segment where I just have some, we're going to kind of dive into your psyche here.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even know where to start.
I actually do. Now, Reilly, you're sort of a silly, charming.
I'm a silly. Oh yeah, you're one of those sillies.
You're kind of one of those silly charmings that kind of...
Oh, you're a silly charming.
You're silly charming on the internet. Now, is there an event from your life that you feel like defines you as a person that you don't talk about that much? You're speechless.
I am. I don't even know the laundry list of things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
That I don't talk about that much.
Yeah,
that
something
feels
that you
like
feel
was
like is
defining.
like you hold it as a important piece of your personality that you're like, this is something that's important to me, but I don't really talk about it that much.
Yes, I don't talk about that much. I've told a couple people, but I think I've stopped because I'm like, this sounds so stupid, and it is. So I cry a lot. I cry every day.
Oh, that's great. She's rummaging in her bag, and she's up like,
my car keychain, I heart crying. I cry all the time.
that's amazing.
And my therapist, not to brag, says it's my superpower.
you
Because
can
it's
cry a
like
lot.
that I feel very big. And so it's like for me, I know that I haven't really processed something unless I've cried it out. Once I cried out, then it's like, oh, I've moved through it. And so it's like I let it go. And so I feel very big. I feel very deep. When I was a child, right? I watched There's Something About Mary at too young of an age.
Oh, sure.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And if anyone here knows that film, remember like the beginning of the third, maybe like the end of the third act of the movie.
Yeah.
When, maybe not the third act, but when when Cameron Diaz is like, I'm choosing Brett Favre over you, Ben Stiller. And Ben Stiller's like, okay. And so then Brett Favre and Mary start, making out or whatever.
Yeah.
And Ben Stiller leaves and he's walking down the street and he's sobbing. But it's like comedy. It's like over the top, like blubbering, like snot everywhere, sobbing. I lost it. I was weeping because I felt so bad for Ben Stiller in that movie.
Really?
I was like, I mean, it's like, he's horrible. He does all these terrible things, but me being like 9 and watching that, I was like, he's so sad. Yeah. And I remember going to my mom and I was crying. She's like, what happened? Oh. And I'm like, he's so sad because she didn't want to be with him. And like, but they end up together in the movie, but I was so along for the journey that I just like lost it. Yeah. And my mom's like, it's a comedy. I'm like, that moment was really funny. Like
it really hit you.
It really hit me. And so that I think was a very defining moment for me is sobbing earnestly.
Yeah,
my heart going out to Ben Stiller.
That is so funny.
And There's Something About Mary, which like it shouldn't be. Nothing about that should have happened, but it did. Right. And that's a little bit about me.
I like that. That's a great detail. In terms of crying, I'm curious to hear what you cry about. I think about me. I don't cry.
Really? Do you remember the last time you cried?
Yes.
How long ago?
This is the Get Real segment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a little real.
How long ago?
I was 17 years old.
That was the last time you cried?
Yeah. Because so you asked about siblings.
Yeah.
I grew up with a brother. He passed away when I was like 17.
Sorry.
Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry.
But since then, I haven't really been able to cry. But I do sort of...
Not you telling me that your brother passed away, hitting the soundboard for a sad song. This is most out-of-body experience.
I got to elongate the singer.
When I was 17, that was the last time I cried because my brother passed away.
Okay, so I and my wife thinks, and this is probably true, that I have, like, when I have a little baby boy, I'm probably that's gonna like soften me in a way where I'm gonna be able to cry. And I'll tear up. True. I love Grey's Anatomy.
And I'll tear up. Mark my fucking words.
But so like TV movies will make me like tear up.
TV movies. Movies made for TV.
Only movies in Lifetime. But I don't roll tears is what I say.
Wow.
I'm not proud of that. I wish that I was a crier. Tears. I wish I was like more of a crier. But like there's something that's just, I just don't quite have that je ne sais quoi that you have. But so what are some of the things that you cry about? Is it like you're feeling on your car?
How much time do you have? Like it's truly everything. Like I've cried today.
You did?
Yeah.
What about?
And there was a sweet TikTok of like this couple in their 90s who are just like talking about how much they love each other. I'm
That's
just
really
like,
nice.
oh no, it was like they're holding, like anything, literally anything makes me cry. I'll also do it to myself. So my family dog, his name is Red. We have a couple dogs, but like Red is my soulmate. Like I love that dog more than anything. He's only 3, but I will make myself cry because I'll have the thought, I'm like, one day he's not going to be around anymore. Yeah. And then that'll do it for me. And so then I'll just be like, he's going to die and that's going to be terrible. I love that the music cut out when I talk about my dog dying. And he's not even dead, but I will do that to myself.
I worry about Birdie getting hurt.
Oh yeah.
He's big fluffy dog. He's 2. And it's like, he's going to be fun. He's also a sheepdog. He's going to be alive for a long time.
Yeah.
But like, I do worry about it.
Oh yeah. So it's truly anything. It's usually, there's something that, there's one common theme in any story, like movie, TV show, play, anything, that it's like the theme around, and this just like thinking about it. The theme around like, do you know Les Mis?
Yeah, of course.
So you know at the end when like Jean Valjean's dying, and the ghosts of Fantine and I'm forgetting her name.
Gavroche.
Eponine come back, and they're like talking to him. Any story that involves someone from the other side, like Ghost, the entire plot of Ghost, I can't do it. It's like someone from the other side trying to contact someone in the living.
Right.
And like they can kind of feel the presence, but they can't connect. That is devastating. And it's so specific, but it's so devastating. Like the thought of
so
like
tough.
being dead and trying to be like, I'm here, I'm with you, but you can't get through. Shut the fuck up.
Eurydice, the whole that she was so enthused. She hit the mic.
Yeah, that is like that gets
that's a
me
really
every
tough one.
time.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing for me. That if I catch that in any plot of anything, I'll lose it.
No, that's a big one. I like that a lot. Well, Reilly, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so
this
much for having
such a
me.
fucking pleasure. My goodness. And
I'm going to ball in my car.
I hope you do.
I'm gonna
really
sit
hope
and
you
cry
do.
in my Subaru.
But everyone go listen to Reilly's show, Review. Reilly, tell us about the show.
Like I said, improv is the coolest thing you can do. I co-host this show, Review on the Headgum Network, where we take reviews from all over the internet about literally anything. We just did Margaritavilles, axe throwing bars, truly like anything. And we take reviews and we do long form improv based off of reviews we find. And we have a lot of guests. We're gonna have mine on.
I'll be honored.
We've had Ben Schwartz, we've had Lamorne Morris, we've had Billy Magnuson. It's like we've had Jeff Probst. Like, come on and listen to Jeff Probst do improv.
That's so rad.
He's really good.
Of course,
He's
obviously.
very good. Do that, and then you can catch us on the Headgum YouTube. We have sketches out every week, every Tuesday.
Every freaking week. That's right. As always, everybody, if you like the show, there's a Patreon where there's bonus episodes and stuff like that. And the Perfect Person Platinum is a exclusive show that's only on Patreon. And then you get the premium version of the episode that has an exclusive cold open where Reilly talked about the Disney College program.
That I didn't do.
That she
that I've
didn't
never
do,
done
actually.
and never thought about doing.
And
to be clear.
if you follow the show on Instagram, that's how you can get information to call in. And until next time, what the fuck is the catchphrase? I forgot.
You hate to see it.
Oh my God. Until next time, perfection is just a call away. And that's actually the edit.
What a way to go.
That was a Headgum podcast.